Hi, I'm JJ. I wanted to share a few things with you. So welcome. First of all, I wanted to share what I just got in the mail. I've been waiting for this one, The Buccaneers by Edith Wharton. I am so excited for this book. It's it's an unfinished work of hers that a TV show is now based off on Apple TV, and I had no intention of watching the show until I found out that it was based on one of her books. And so I love her, so I started watching it, and oh my gosh, I am so addicted to it. It's deliciously addictive, and I know that they make a lot of changes. The changes are very apparent, but I still am so obsessed with the characters and the storyline. Several of the storylines that I'm sure are in the book, so I am anxious to read the book. And I also want to see, since it was unfinished, it was actually, she died before she was done with it, but there was one of her scholars, Marion Mainwaring, who finished the story based on like some synopsises and some of her notes and stuff to try to make it the most genuine to what she probably would have wished. So I'm very anxious and excited to read this. And so, in addition to that, I wanted to share a few of my collectibles that I have. I consider them collectibles. Some of them are just like, I think they're pretty editions of stuff, or new finds that I have that I'm excited to read. And continuing with Edith Wharton, there is this 2-volume set, The Valley of Decision. I've never read the book, but this is the first edition of it, and I'm not only going to be excited to read it, but I'm excited to have this original edition in my collection now. A couple other older stories or older books that I have found. This one is Mary Ann, and it's by Daphne du Maurier. I think that's how you pronounce her name, or I don't know. But she's the one who wrote Rebecca. I have read Rebecca. I've never even heard of this one. I actually, when I saw her name and recognized it, I had to look up the title since there's obviously no description on it. And it's apparently inspired by or written about her great-grandmother or her grandmother's life. And it just actually sounded fascinating. There was parts about Rebecca that I was kind of disappointed in. Just personally, the book itself was well written and I loved the twist, but there was just a few nitpicks that I had about it. But I'm really still looking forward to this one. And I also found The Robe by Douglas, is his last name, so jeez. See, these are hard to find. Anyway, his last name is Douglas. And Lloyd Douglas. And this is a book, it's historical fiction about a Roman soldier at the crucifixion of Jesus, who was the one of them who inherited when they divided his clothes and cast lots, according to the Bible. He was the one who inherited the robe, and he starts to question whether or not he now thinks Jesus was the Christ, and they crucified him. And it supposedly leads to like a journey of discovery and faith and all that stuff. I just thought it sounded fascinating, but I also just really love historical fiction based around that fact. I enjoyed Ben-Hur, and although that was a lot more almost like the Odyssey with his journey trying to come back home, there was a cameo of Jesus, and it was actually quite important to the story, and I found that fascinating. And I also am looking forward to the American country singer Johnny Cash wrote a book called Man in White, He was known as the Man in Black, Johnny Cash was, but he wrote a book about Paul, the Apostle Paul, and it's called The Man in White, and I really want to read that one as well. I'm fascinated about people's takes on that era, those stories, those incidents, and I don't know, I am excited about the robe. Another one that I have and I love, I think this is a beautiful copy, it's a Anna Karenina. I just think it's gorgeous. Personally, it's got, you know, I don't know, just the blue and the red together. I just think it's really cool looking. And it's got a little picture, but I read and I really enjoyed Anna Karenina, so I'm glad to have my own copy of it. I also have this picture of Dorian Gray, one of my favorite books. I just really liked this copy of it. I thought it was pretty as well, the colors, the minimalist of it. And I actually just found out that there's a uncensored version of this, that this one that's more well known cut out a lot of the themes and the scenes and stuff with that featured homosexuality, and I just kind of want to compare the book that I read with the uncensored original version. So as soon as I get that copy, I will be doing that comparison. And the other one that I consider a collectible that I enjoy just having around is the Arabian Nights. This one is illustrated, and I think it's fun to have some illustrations in the stories and stuff. And I just enjoy having this copy of it. I also like that there's big text. You do not get that a lot in the originals that I have. Like some of these, the writing is so small, and it's not, you know, the most fun to read. But that's why I consider them collectibles, because at least I'm excited to own them. And if you noticed, I wore this specific shirt just to talk about classics. It's was a creation of another YouTuber that I follow and really enjoy. She seems like a very wonderful human being, and I just wanted to support her channel by I enjoy Shakespeare as well. And I also got a couple of these really awesome bookmarks from her, and she designed them, and this one is flowers that if you turn it you can see it has like the foil, and it looks like a stained glass, and I just thought that was really pretty. And then this one's really cool as well. If you can see, it's like a library book being checked out, but she traced the signatures of some of her favorite authors, which are some of mine as well: Jane Austen, Charlotte Bronte, Leo Tolstoy, Oscar Wilde, and Virginia Woolf. So if you see that on there, I just thought that was really cool. I'll put her, at least I'll mention down below what her link is, but it's Carolyn Marie Reads, and she has an Etsy store and stuff, which where I got that stuff. But she talks about classics a lot, and she also, like me, has no shame in reading YA, middle grade, you know, books that for kids that we can read as adults and still enjoy. And I just love that I'm not the only one doing that. So share the love, and maybe get you stuff, a couple of cool things. Thank you, and enjoy.